U.S. foreign aid? Is it global generosity or a strategic tool for political gain? Colonel Douglas Macgregor, a decorated combat veteran, argues it's often the latter. He posits that aid, particularly military aid, frequently serves U.S. geopolitical interests, often at the expense of genuine humanitarian need. Macgregor's skepticism, rooted in his military experience, challenges the traditional narrative of U.S. benevolence. He argues that aid often flows not to the most desperate, but to those regimes deemed strategically important to U.S. interests. This raises a critical question. Does U.S. foreign aid truly serve the needs of recipient nations, or does it primarily advance the U.S.'s own agenda? Understanding these dynamics is crucial for informed citizenship and responsible global engagement. The debate over U.S. foreign aid unfolds on two levels: domestic and international. Domestically, the allocation of taxpayer dollars to foreign nations often sparks controversy, especially during economic hardship. Critics argue these funds could better address domestic issues like poverty and healthcare. Proponents contend that foreign aid is a moral imperative and a strategic investment in global security. Internationally, recipient countries often grapple with the benefits of aid versus potential dependency and interference. The specter of neocolonialism looms, with critics accusing the U.S. of using aid to exert control over weaker nations. Reports of corruption and mismanagement further erode public trust in aid programs. This lack of transparency undermines the effectiveness of aid and casts a shadow over genuine humanitarian efforts. The debate is not merely academic, it influences millions of lives and shapes global events. Understanding these complexities is crucial for informed citizenship and responsible global engagement. At the heart of the debate over U.S. foreign aid lies a fundamental question: does it actually work? While aid can have a positive impact, its long-term effectiveness is debated. Critics argue aid often fails to address the root causes of poverty and instability, sometimes propping up corrupt regimes. This can perpetuate the very problems aid is intended to solve. Furthermore, aid can foster dependency, discouraging necessary reforms and hindering self-sufficiency. Macgregor emphasizes the limitations of military aid, arguing it rarely solves conflicts and can exacerbate tensions. The ongoing conflict in Ukraine illustrates the complexities of U.S. foreign aid. The U.S. has committed billions in military and humanitarian aid to Ukraine since the Russian invasion. This aid, while essential for Ukraine's defense, reignites the debate about the effectiveness of U.S. foreign policy. Macgregor argues that the influx of weapons has prolonged the conflict, leading to unnecessary bloodshed. He contends that the U.S. should focus on diplomatic efforts to end the war. Macgregor also questions the effectiveness of U.S. efforts to promote good governance in Ukraine. He argues that the U.S. has often turned a blind eye to corruption within the Ukrainian government. The situation in Ukraine underscores the challenges of providing aid in conflict zones. Ensuring aid reaches its intended recipients and navigating the political landscape of a war-torn country are daunting tasks. The case of Ukraine serves as a reminder that foreign aid can have unintended consequences. Its effectiveness often depends on factors beyond the control of the donor. Understanding these dynamics is crucial for informed citizenship and responsible global engagement. The debate over U.S. foreign aid is not merely academic. It influences millions of lives and shapes global events. Understanding these complexities is crucial for informed citizenship and responsible global engagement. To grasp the implications of U.S. foreign aid, it's essential to view it within the broader context of U.S. foreign policy. The U.S., as a global superpower, pursues its interests through diplomatic, economic, and military engagements. Foreign aid, often seen as a soft power tool, plays a significant role in this strategy. It serves to project U.S. influence, secure alliances, and counter perceived threats. The U.S. foreign policy apparatus employs a multi-pronged approach to advancing U.S. interests abroad. This includes diplomatic negotiations, economic sanctions, military interventions, and foreign aid. Foreign aid can be tailored to specific circumstances and objectives. It can reward allies, punish adversaries, promote democracy, foster development, or provide humanitarian assistance. However, the allocation of aid often reflects a complex calculus of strategic interests, domestic political considerations, and humanitarian concerns. Understanding the interplay between these factors is crucial for comprehending U.S. foreign policy decisions. It is within this intricate web of global power dynamics that the true significance of U.S. foreign aid can be fully grasped. The debate over U.S. foreign aid is not merely academic, it influences millions of lives and shapes global events. Understanding these complexities is crucial for informed citizenship and responsible global engagement. The debate over U.S. foreign aid is not merely academic, it influences millions of lives and shapes global events. No discussion of U.S. foreign policy is complete without addressing its relationship with Russia. Once seen as a potential partner, Russia under Putin has emerged as a major geopolitical rival. This renewed rivalry has led to heightened tensions and a resurgence of Cold War rhetoric. The U.S. has responded with economic sanctions, military deployments, and support for countries bordering Russia. The goal is to deter Russian aggression and uphold the international order. Macgregor views U.S. policy towards Russia as counterproductive and provocative. He argues that the U.S. has failed to grasp Russia's legitimate security concerns. Macgregor contends that a more pragmatic approach, based on dialogue and mutual respect, would reduce the risk of conflict. Such an approach could enhance global stability and allow both countries to address common challenges. Understanding these dynamics is crucial for informed citizenship and responsible global engagement. Another flashpoint in U.S. foreign policy is the Taiwan Strait. China views Taiwan as a breakaway province that must be reunited with the mainland. The U.S., while adhering to a one China policy, has committed to providing Taiwan with the means to defend itself. This creates a delicate and potentially explosive situation. The U.S. walks a tightrope in its relations with Taiwan and China. On one hand, the U.S. seeks to maintain strong ties with Taiwan, a key economic partner. On the other hand, the U.S. recognizes the importance of stable relations with China. Macgregor argues that the U.S. policy of strategic ambiguity towards Taiwan is unsustainable. He contends that the U.S. should adopt a clear policy of neutrality. Such a policy shift, while controversial, would reduce tensions and create space for a peaceful resolution. However, it remains to be seen whether the U.S. is willing to reconsider its long-standing policy towards Taiwan. Understanding these dynamics is crucial for informed citizenship and responsible global engagement. The debate over U.S. foreign aid is not merely academic. It influences millions of lives and shapes global events. The U.S.-Israel relationship is another cornerstone of U.S. foreign policy in the Middle East. The U.S. has long provided Israel with unwavering support, citing shared strategic interests and a commitment to Israel's security. However, the U.S.'s close relationship with Israel has drawn criticism, particularly in the context of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Critics argue that the U.S.'s uncritical support for Israel has emboldened its government and undermined the peace process. Macgregor, while acknowledging Israel's security concerns, is critical of the U.S.'s blind support. He argues that the U.S. should use its leverage to push for a just resolution to the conflict. This approach, he contends, would enhance U.S. credibility in the region and promote peace. Understanding these dynamics is crucial for informed citizenship and responsible global engagement. The debate over U.S. foreign aid is not merely academic, it influences millions of lives and shapes global events. The future of U.S. foreign aid will be shaped by geopolitical shifts, economic realities, and evolving domestic priorities. The rise of China, the resurgence of Russia, and the conflict in Ukraine have heightened global tensions. At the same time, the U.S. faces growing economic challenges at home. These challenges may pressure the U.S. government to reduce spending, potentially leading to cuts in foreign aid. The Biden administration has signaled its intention to maintain U.S. global leadership. However, it remains to be seen how it will balance foreign policy demands with domestic issues. The future of U.S. foreign aid will depend on the administration's ability to articulate a clear vision for U.S. engagement in the world. Understanding these dynamics is crucial for informed citizenship and responsible global engagement. The debate over U.S. foreign aid is not merely academic, it influences millions of lives and shapes global events. Colonel Macgregor's critique of U.S. foreign aid serves as a reminder of the complexities and potential pitfalls of well-intentioned interventions. His warnings about the unintended consequences of U.S. actions and the limits of military power deserve serious consideration. Macgregor's views challenge conventional wisdom and force us to confront uncomfortable truths about the nature of power. His insights provide a valuable counterpoint to dominant narratives shaping U.S. foreign policy. As the U.S. navigates an increasingly multipolar world, it would be wise to heed Macgregor's warnings. A more humble, restrained, and diplomacy-focused approach may ultimately prove more effective. Understanding these dynamics is crucial for informed citizenship and responsible global engagement. The debate over U.S. foreign aid is not merely academic. It influences millions of lives and shapes global events. Understanding these complexities is crucial for informed citizenship and responsible global engagement. The debate surrounding U.S. foreign aid underscores the need for greater transparency and accountability. Ensuring aid reaches its intended beneficiaries and is used effectively is paramount. This requires greater scrutiny from Congress, independent audits, and active participation of civil society organizations. The U.S. should prioritize partnerships with local organizations, empowering them in aid program design and implementation. The goal is to ensure U.S. foreign aid alleviates suffering, promotes development, and fosters a more just world. Achieving this requires financial resources, transparency, accountability, and a foreign policy prioritizing diplomacy and cooperation.